YOLO.
YOLO, you only live once. Today we'll be discussing
YOLO. You
YOLO.
only live once. Well, most of us do anyway, unless you believe in reincarnation.
So tune in and listen to today's episode.
Get real
with the English sisters.
And please do follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, because we really do appreciate your support. You've been amazing.
Thank you so much for that. And please do continue to support us and leave a comment as well.
It makes such a difference.
It really does. We do really, really love hearing from our listeners.
We've recently hit the Taiwan charts too.
I know. Yay. We had a little celebration for that, didn't we?
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah. Thank you.
Right, so let's get into it then. You only live once. I mean, that's just like saying carpe diem, isn't it? You know, the old Latin phrase, really.
Well, carpe diem, I think, is a bit different for me in my eyes.
In your eyes?
Yeah.
What do you mean it's different?
It feels as if it would be different, because carpe diem would be like whatever. I would just say like whatever. Whatever happens, okay. So it happened. So what?
Oh, I see. It's like let it go.
Yeah, let it go. It happened. So okay, that's what happened. So carpe diem. That's what happened. It's so sort of don't live with regrets, or don't dwell on something too much.
Well, I guess it. Underlying, it's kind of the same meaning. You only live once, so don't waste time regretting and worrying about stuff.
But
is that what you mean by
you only live once? Is the way it's used is like, oh, let's do this dangerous thing because you only live once.
Well, I do think that might have been the case when when the term first came out. Yeah. But nowadays, do you think it's still like that today?
Well, I don't know, because I don't particularly use it that much. But...
No. Yeah.
I would use it in the sense that you should go and do things that you might be scared of doing.
You would use it like that?
Yes. So let's go and do it, because you only live once, so you might as well go and enjoy that holiday or enjoy that experience.
Yeah, since you only live once, you need to live your life to the fullest kind of thing. Yeah.
What about you?
Well, I would definitely use it like that. I would think about it. I mean, I think that is kind of my philosophy. Mm-hmm. And if I do kind of find myself wasting a day, because I might just be
tired,
doing mindless stuff. Or tired. Yeah, it's not really wasting though. Even if I'm just like chilling and, lying on the sofa or something, I'm still enjoying myself. So I do kind of, I said wasted, but you can't always live your life to the fullest. And sometimes does living your life to the fullest mean lying on the couch and relaxing?
I think so.
I think it does.
I think so. But I think that there can be a lot of pressure on this you only live once as well, because who cares if you only live once? That's how we were designed.
You mean
unless you are religious and you believe in, that you live in the afterlife. But if you don't, you only live once, but you're here to fulfill your purpose, aren't you? So I think there can be a lot of pressure on this you only live once thing, because I think once sort of humans realize that they're mortal, then that's when all the pressure comes onto you to like really experience every single thing. You don't have to experience every single thing in the world.
No.
You can be decisive and say, no, I don't want to experience that. It can be harmful for me. I just don't feel like doing it.
I don't feel like going through that risk.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And even if there's no, like, where was it? Somewhere. I think it was on a podcast I was listening to. This guy said that he did to prove to his partner
that he loved
him. He did something that for him he would never ever do, and it was skydiving, and he was really scared of heights. And I was thinking, no, why do you do that? You shouldn't have done that.
It was like an ultimate.
It was supposed to be like a love thing. Oh, I'm doing this for you because I know that
to prove
that if you know that I'm so scared of doing this and I'm going to do it for you anyway, that I'm so frightened. And I thought, no, you shouldn't really be doing that.
I think if I was his partner, I would say, no, don't do that. I love you. I don't want to put you through that.
Exactly.
Because I know you're frightened of heights. Let's do something that we're both...
that we both like doing.
Yeah, let's have an adventure together. Just do something that we're both... It might be something
I'm not really
new.
into these things.
No, I would never put my partner through that.
No, it's horrific, isn't it?
I think there's
something
I don't know
about
if
the partner. Well, it didn't work out in the end, their relationship, so it goes to show. But it's like it's almost like emotional blackmail. The next, the next podcast we'll be discussing soon.
Yeah.
It's almost like that because I think the partner should have said, "No, don't worry," like what you said.
Well, I think unless it was like a total surprise and he just presented him with these
this booking,
he organised.
I think I'm going to go and do this for you. And
I think I would say, look, unless it's something you really desire to do and you've never
because you want to prove to yourself that you can do it.
Yeah, and you want to overcome this particular fear and really have this experience and we'll do it together, okay. But not if you're terrified of doing it. And you're not ready to deal. You don't want to overcome it at the moment. Just chill. I would always say no, darling. It's not something you want to do right now. Let's not. You don't do it. I think that's what love is, as well. In my mind. I would never do that. No, no, not. I don't agree with that at all. But anyway, this YOLO can bring upon this fear in all of us that we're not enjoying our life to the fullest.
That we're not doing enough once again, which is a shame.
That's pressure, isn't it?
How much do we have to really do in this life? I mean, before you would have one career and that would be it. Now we have to have 3 or 4 careers. We might have to go back and study 3 or 4 times, which is really beautiful and we love doing it.
Yes.
If you enjoy doing that. But why? Why all this pressure all the time? That's why people are so anxious.
There is a lot of anxiety, even around the phrase YOLO. That's why we decided to talk about it, didn't we? Because
just the fact that it exists already makes you feel, I've got to go and do something. I've got to go and make the most of my life. I've got to go and visit that restaurant. And then with social media as well, you see what everyone else is doing.
Yeah.
And you tend to, think, I should be doing that as well.
Definitely.
It does tie in with, I think the YOLO ties in a little bit with the FOMO.
The fear of missing out.
You can go and, check that episode out. We've done an episode on that.
Definitely.
It does tie in with
closely
that,
intertwined.
They're close brother and sisters.
They're definitely brother and sisters because you do have it. YOLO is, you think, yes, you only live once, so go for it, do everything, try and do as much as you can.
Yeah, and then it reminds me of that film.
It
reminds me of that film, that horrible film. I was going to say that it was not a horrible film, but it's horrible because the world ends.
Oh
with
dear.
That one with Don't Look Up.
Oh yeah,
but what do people want to do in the end when you only live once? They want to be with their loved ones and cuddle up and have a lovely meal together or something.
That's it.
So if you think about that, in the end, that's what most people want. And you also see people that are really famous. Like I remember I was watching Ed Sheeran the other few days ago, and he was saying in his documentary that what he really loves most is just being at home with his family and friends, sitting around in his little pub that he's created.
That's exactly it. So we're always trying to find the most wonderful experiences, and but in the end,
what are the most wonderful experiences? The most simple.
The simple ones, the one being close to your family, to your friends, or even just enjoying time by yourself.
Exactly.
Just
enjoying. That's underestimated.
That's so underestimated. Just walking around by yourself, enjoying your own company.
You like that, don't you? I'm laughing because you're always trying to get time alone.
I find
like that?
I do like it. I do really enjoy time alone as well. Not too much, but it's really lovely as well, just to have time alone, just with your own thoughts, if they're pleasant, obviously.
But even if they're not, you can just allow them to go away, and you'll find a serenity. You'll just allow them to soothe and quieten down if you have anxious thoughts or thoughts that aren't that pleasant. And then maybe think of a time that you did have
Good thoughts and a pleasant experience. Yeah, you can always go back to that.
And if you haven't, unfortunately, had a time like that, you can imagine what a time like that would be.
In the upcoming future, in the days and weeks to come.
What you would like to have happen to you.
You can imagine
and
the scenario.
That's
something
really relaxing.
Yeah, definitely. I do think that's why I like to spend time, because I do know I have learned how to use my mind to my own advantage. Because the mind is a very powerful tool, and we really can get the most from it once we understand how to utilize it, really. We use it to our own advantage, our own minds.
I do like to, going back to the YOLO thing, I do like to think of like not turning things down that I would normally feel a little bit lazy about doing.
Oh, definitely.
So if I'm
like
feeling
this
a bit
weekend coming, we both had infights.
And normally I would think, nah, it's too hard. I don't know them. And it's a bit of an effort.
It's a bit of a new people. I've also got kind of like, I've only met them once. So it's kind of like a new people were invited.
But then I think, yes. And then afterwards, once you commit to it, then I'm actually really looking forward to it.
Me too. So they're actually lovely people.
Exactly.
I'm actually quite excited.
Actually,
no, I mean, whereas it could be just a business meeting.
I find it funny.
Yeah, because they're very.
She's surprised they're actually nice.
Girl. Yep. Okay. They are very nice. They're very nice people.
Well, most people are, aren't they? If you give them a chance, if you actually bother to talk to them.
Yeah, real connections. When you make real connections, that's right. You get away from the superficial.
That's what we like doing.
Yeah, I love doing that. And you can get a real connection with a person. It can turn into a long-lasting friendship.
Energize you a lot, people, if you actually bother to talk to them.
And they're so surprised by it as well, because a lot of people are really just in their own heads, and we all are, but sometimes more so than other times. And if you do take a moment to actually get to know another person properly and ask them some nice questions, and
I'm thinking
she's
of
giving
that
me
story.
dodgy looks.
No, because I'm thinking of that story that we wrote in Stress Free in 3 Minutes, I think, or Enchanted Tales for Change. I'm not sure which one it's in, but I can put that in the description as well. About the do not disturb sign. Do you remember?
Yeah.
And it's like in the hotel when you say, please, do not disturb. I don't think they say that anymore in the hotels. They have a nicer thing now.
Yeah, don't service my room.
But before it used to be do not disturb. And I think a lot of us, even when we make the effort to go out, we've still got that do not disturb sign on, haven't we? Where we can't be bothered to talk to people and we're just really in our own heads.
It's very obvious when you can't really be.
And that's when I think you don't really connect with people. And that's when you don't have fun. And that's
for me, that's not living my life to the fullest.
No, so I think that's when you would have the YOLO would come in, where you only live once, and make the most of talking to someone and trying to enrich your own life and theirs.
There's always something to learn from the person you're talking to. If you want to learn, if you're open to learn, yes, that's when you think, okay, you only live once. I'm spending moments and perhaps even hours of my life with these people, this person. So let me have a real connection.
Yes.
As today will never, ever come back again in my life, or even these 2 hours will never, ever be replaced. Well then, let me enjoy it.
Da-da-da-da.
Yes, that is, but it's true, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is, for me, the meaning of YOLO, without too much pressure, because it's not exactly I want to live my life every day, YOLO, YOLO, YOLO. It's too much. It's exhausting. We can't live like that.
It's nice just to switch off and recharge.
Oh,
just to put our brains on hold for a bit.
Absolutely. You also need that moment. Absolutely.
That's what dreams about are, aren't they?
Dreaming.
Dreaming is about like just going off to sleep and not having to think about things.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
I mean, that's when our brains process all the information, isn't it?
yeah, I guess so. Yeah, well, it absolutely, yeah, that's when you process your information and when you elaborate the thoughts and what's happened to you during the day.
Yeah, I had some weird dreams last night.
Really?
Can't remember them, but I know they were weird. I was just thinking, why am I dreaming this? Obviously processing something.
You were processing something. Yeah.
It's funny that we have this, you only live once, but really I think you kind of live twice, because when you're in your sleep mode, you're having all these dreams, aren't you?
Yeah,
It's like having
like
an alter reality. It's like having your little avatar doing something in your dreams.
Yeah, when you're not actually really moving.
And you're not aware of it.
You're not aware of it, but you kind of like... That's actually quite a nice way of thinking about it, because you get like double the time, don't you? Actually, talking about...
You do have it, because you have such weird dreams. I mean, I was having all these dreams going to places. I can't even remember what they were, but I remember them. They were being pretty... odd and strange, feeling as if it was like in another world, like as if I was in another world, but this world.
But it was, were they okay?
Yeah, they weren't unsettling or anything. They were just strange.
Yeah.
When I woke up, I thought, oh, that's strange. I think I was in England somewhere travelling.
Maybe because we really recently travelled.
No, but it was around in the countryside. It wasn't where we went. Little country lanes and going to little coffee shops and...
How pretty!
It was quite pretty. Yeah, it was quite nice.
That sounds lovely. Especially now in this hot summer here in Italy.
What am I doing in here? I go into a little antique shop now, remember?
Cute.
Yeah, it was cute. It was cute. I was thinking it's cute.
I
was thinking this is me. When I woke up, I go, that was me in the dream. It's weird.
Yeah, that's so
It's so unusual that we can do this.
Yes, it really is unusual. That's what I was saying. Our mind is such a tool.
I know.
It's incredible.
It is.
It really is. Amazing.
Anyway, we'd like to hear what you're thinking about. You only live once. Would you like to live like a cat 9 times?
If only that was true.
Do you believe in reincarnation? If you do, you're lucky. You're one of the lucky ones, I think. Well, not lucky. You're obviously religious, so it's your faith.
That's cool, because
cool.
you have,
It takes the pressure off. Well, you have to be nice and good in this life.
Well,
but that's already a given, isn't it? We all want to do that if we're nice people.
Exactly. Yeah. That is a lovely thought, actually. Yeah, you think, I'll be reincarnated. But, yeah. Cool.
That's given us food for thought.
Food for thought, yeah,
well,
definitely.
We're going to go and have a cup of coffee. So let us know what you think about this episode.
Yeah, and about YOLO. How does it make you feel when you think about that phrase?
Do you use the phrase?
Do you use it, or do you often think to yourself, oh, well, you only live once. I'm going to go ahead and do that, Plan that trip and... think that in those cases it's good.
It's good if you can afford it.
If you can afford it, definitely.
Yeah, not just splashing out on your credit cards and then coming home and thinking, yikes, what have I done?
No, absolutely.
And feeling terribly anxious about it.
No, oh gosh, no, absolutely. Let's use YOLO to our own advantage. So let's
use it wisely.
Use it wisely. Whenever you find yourself thinking, okay, you only live once, just take a deep breath and think that you can live a lot longer if you're more in the present moment and you actually experience the world. And your world will become so much more filled with depth, and you'll find your sensory experiences will be heightened. And it really is like living double, triple, so much more than you normally would. If you can experience the present moment more.
Well, yes, absolutely.
It's just like living so much longer. So that's all you really have to do if you want to think YOLO. You know, you
So
only
live in the present moment.
Yes, it's just that sometimes
Live in the now.
yeah, sometimes our clients think that's really difficult, but
Well, it is difficult if you don't know how to do it.
if you don't know,
if you've
if
got
you
a
haven't
racing mind.
Yes,
So that's when you have to put a stop on it.
definitely.
Do a little bit of meditation or hypnosis.
Absolutely. And come back.
Yeah, come back and listen next week. Thank you for listening. Let us know what you think, and please do leave a review on Apple Podcasts, because that one apparently makes the biggest difference of all. But on any podcast app is absolutely amazing, and on Spotify you can comment and we will answer you. Also on our YouTube channel you'll be able to see the recording of this video a day later usually.
Yep.
Smiles from the English sisters. Lots of love. Bye.